Political scientists say it's too early to predict general election outcome. The business sector and the PDP optimistic about Sandals. The TPP wants more to be done for national security, and PNM halts campaign noise in support of C students. Good evening, I am Biana Brebner. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Tuesday, 8 April 2025. Tonight we begin with a breaking news development. Prime Minister Stuart Young has announced that the United States has withdrawn Trinidad and Tobago's license to pursue development of the Dragon gas field in collaboration with Venezuela. During a press briefing in Port of Spain on Tuesday, Young stated that the U.S. Office of Foreign Assets Control decision to revoke the license was anticipated.
What I can tell Trinidad and Tobago is I don't have more details than that. I have been in touch with our attorneys at law in Washington, D.C. There is a process for, I wouldn't say appeal of this revocation, but there is a process for you to make an application for it not to be or for there to be amendments. And we are going to be engaged in that process on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago.
Also revealed that he has requested a bilateral meeting with Secretary Ribeiro to discuss the matter.
I can't tell Trinidad and Tobago much more than I have right now, but what I can say based on the personal conversations and discussions that I've managed to have with the two gentlemen that I've just said, as well as some others that we are pursuing, I expect that we will be given an audience. I expect that we will be given the opportunity to continue to make our case.
Young emphasized that based on his discussions, the U.S. does not intend to undermine Trinidad and Tobago's energy diplomacy or its role in supporting regional energy stability. We'll bring you more details in a subsequent newscast. Political scientist Professor Hamid Ghani stated that it's too early to predict the outcome of the general elections for both Tobago seats. However, he noted that based on the data, the race is between the PNM, PDP and TPP. He spoke on the Good Morning Tobago show, and reporter Candice Jackson has more details.
Will the PNM retain the Tobago East and West seats for a third consecutive term, or will another party take control? Political scientist Professor Hamid Ghani says it's too early to tell. However, he pointed to insights from data gathered in previous general and THA elections. In the case of the Tobago West seat, Ghani noted that PNM support appeared to be weakening.
Because between the August 2020 general election, when they won Tobago West, what had happened is that we saw some of the polling divisions. When you go inside of the numbers on the individual polling divisions, we saw that the PNM vote had collapsed. The collapse started in January of 2021, and the collapse was cemented in December of 2021.
Ghani explained according to the data, the PDP was on track to win the Tobago West seat. However, this has since been affected by the 2022 split in the party, which led to the formation of the TPP.
So how the voters will handle this in terms of how they shuffle their votes, if it is that they move from PDP to TPP, we'll see. If they decide to stay with PDP, we'll see. And the PNM will have to regain votes. Regardless of what happens, the PNM has to regain votes.
Ghani also noted that registering 9 candidates for the Tobago West seat signifies a vibrant democracy. However, it also indicates that the PNM has lost some support. He suggested that the PNM faces an even greater challenge in retaining the seat in Tobago East.
I think the PNM are very well aware that the Tobago East is the weaker of the two when they look at the historical data. And I think that when we look at what happened in the two THA elections in 2021, you had a situation in which a number of polling divisions, when you examine them, you realize that the PNM lost considerable support.
Once again, when the PNM lost support, the PDP gained ground. However, this momentum was also impacted by the split within the PDP.
So that there may be other parties in the race who may argue that, they have a right to be considered as well. And yes, they do have the right to be considered. But the data that we're working with in terms of past performance is the real issue is, does the PDP vote stay PDP or does the PDP vote go TPP? That's a big issue, and does the PNM regain support that it had lost in 2021?
5 parties are contesting the Tobago East seat, but Ghani believes the real battle is between the PNM, TPP and PDP. He also stated that as the April 28th general election date approaches, it may become clearer how the votes will swing. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Political scientist Professor Hamid Ghani has noted with interest the shift in discussions regarding the second attempt at Sandals negotiation for Tobago. He explained that the decision to consider the investment is vastly different from the first attempt, which was almost entirely driven by the central government.
But Sandals is already saying we want to come on different terms. That in itself is a very significant statement because it concedes that the first time around was a very different model where the taxpayer had a certain role to play in the development of the project.
Ghani indicated that the political dynamics surrounding the negotiations also seem to be changing.
This time around, what I'm hearing and what I'm reading is that Sandals is prepared to come with their money up front. And I think the Chief Secretary put it out yesterday that they're prepared to look at the proposal, not approving anything just yet, just look at the proposal to see what Sandals is actually offering.
Ghani noted that this approach aligns with Tobagonians' desire for greater autonomy in managing and developing their island. He believes this second attempt with Sandals will significantly affect the outcome of the general election and later in the year, the THA election. We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
It's the premier red carpet extravaganza. Tobago Fashion Cuda is back with a bang, bringing with it quintessential style where runway meets rhythm. Come see the icons of Caribbean couture, showcasing the trailblazing fashions of Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago Fashion Cuda 7 promises an unforgettable experience on the 18th of April 2025 at Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort, a premium all-inclusive fashion soiree where runway meets rhythm.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Yeah!
Welcome back. The business community appears to be very excited about the potential Sandals investment in Tobago. Speaking on the Tobago Updates morning show, Chairman of the Tobago Division of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Curtis Williams, said he left yesterday's multi-stakeholder meeting feeling confident that this second attempt at bringing Sandals to Tobago will go the way the people want. More details from reporter Candice Jackson.
Chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Curtis Williams, attended Monday's multi-stakeholder meeting with Sandals.
We felt that this meeting was a great meeting and is a beginner of the discussion and the presentation that Sandals showed us is a presentation that is, second to none.
It was a different atmosphere compared to the first attempt, when central government proposed funding the hotel's construction and having Sandals simply branded. That arrangement sparked strong opposition from politicians, interest groups, and members of the public, ultimately leading Sandals to withdraw in 2018.
The mood in the room was very, very warm and welcome from all parties. All parties. It's the first time I'm seeing the central government working with the THA and stakeholders. I was so pleased. I was moved. This is a really clean slate. And if this is the way how we're going to be doing things in Tobago, I think Tobago, you're in good hands. We are definitely in good hands.
With the endorsement of the THA and Tobago stakeholders, Sandals has agreed to develop a proposal for investment. While that's in progress, Williams is excited about the opportunities this could create for the private sector.
The neighboring hotels and wherever we're going, because we don't know where we want to put this plant. It's
right.
just this. We're not going to start the conversation.
Yes.
So the neighboring hotels across the island will have this spill-off, because not everybody will be going into Sandals that the airlift will bring. And when you have an airlift, with an airport like what we have now, a new terminal building, and you have all that airlift coming into the space, it's going to definitely bring some kind of a trickle-down effect, and everyone will benefit.
Additionally, Williams said the potential Sandals investment is generating interest in other hotel developments, particularly boutique hotels, to help boost Tobago's room stock.
Because we spoke about other areas within Tobago that need to develop, whether it's in the east. Mm-hmm. And we said, okay, fine, boutique type hotels could fit there where there's a 50-room, 75-room boutique type hotel. And those are the things that I felt comfortable to know, and the government endorsed the chief sec. Not just only talk, he endorsed, the Prime Minister and his team endorsed the chief sec.
Additionally, Williams said the potential Sandals investment is generating interest. Williams reported that investors are already showing interest. In the meantime, he's encouraging all business owners and entrepreneurs to explore the opportunities a Sandals investment could bring and to start preparing to take full advantage of it. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
During a live interview on his Facebook page, Watson Duke, the political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, said he's not opposed to the reintroduction of the Sandals project in Tobago. Duke, who attended the Sandals consultation yesterday, noted that the meeting aimed to re-engage Tobagonians on the project, this time from a new and potentially more inclusive perspective.
The meeting, firstly, was about asking Sandals to re-engage Tobago and its stakeholders in setting up a Sandals brand of hotel. That brand of hotel was being looked at from a totally new perspective, new lens, new piece of paper. It was not building back on the old ideas and ideologies
of 7 new hotels in Tobago aimed at attracting a different class of tourists with greater spending power. However, he emphasized that any hotel developer wishing to establish operations on the island must be willing to commit to implementing a sovereign wealth fund.
A sovereign wealth fund is a fund that is used to further develop Tobago and its people. So we are saying we want all international brands of hotel to sign on to a sovereign wealth fund where a certain percentage of the profits goes towards the people development directly and the infrastructural development of the island.
He added that Sandals, the Tobago House of Assembly, and the people of Tobago must all benefit from the establishment of the Sandals project on the island.
We want Sandals to benefit. And number 2, the House of Assembly must benefit. And number 3, the people of our country must benefit.
Speaking at the Tobago People's Party public meeting on Sunday night, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine raised concerns about national security. He said it's critical that Tobago's agencies under the Ministry of National Security receive the resources they need. He questioned why police officers and other arms of national security are struggling to access basic tools required to carry out their duties effectively.
And while we are expending millions of our budget, which is already small, on national security issues, the Ministry of National Security has a budget that is significantly larger than the entire of Tobago's budget. Yet they will not put any resources here for the people of Tobago.
He said greater advocacy is needed in Parliament for the improvement in national security and expressed confidence that David Thomas and Joel Sampson, candidates for Tobago East and West respectively, will advocate for Tobago.
But I will tell you, I know Joel Sampson have no cocoa in the sun. I know David Thomas have no cocoa in the sun. And we can send them and close our eyes knowing that they will actually fight for us on this issue called national security.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Welcome to the Buku Seafood and Jazz Festival on April 19th, 2025. We invite you to an evening of smooth rhythms and soulful music as the sun dips behind Buku Bay. Let all your senses be tantalized. Enjoy an array of seafood dishes, browse crafts and designs created by local artisans, and lose yourself in the soulful melodies of John Sakata, Brian McKnight,
It's undeniable that we should be together.
Bonnet Bigford,
When the lightning crack the waters and the waves roll and break.
Mikal Teja,
Where else I go, without you, my side.
and the best of Tobago's talent. Get your physical tickets now. Tickets are also available online at islandetickets.com. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info or call 639-4441. The Buku Seafood and Jazz Festival, April 19th at Buku Integrated Facility. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Thanks for staying with us. The Innovative Democratic Alliance has slammed Prime Minister Stuart Young's recent election promises to Tobago, calling them political goodies with no real substance. In a strongly worded statement, the party said the offerings ranging from new buses to a marina to the establishment of Milat and a Sandals investment were made without consultation with the Tobago House of Assembly. The IDA urged that Tobago does not need handouts but genuine respect and the power to manage its own affairs. The party questioned why key issues like tourism, autonomy, estate services and local businesses support were ignored. It stated that Tobagonians are tired of being managed and they do not need a prime minister acting as a recruiter for a foreign hotel. According to the IDA, Tobago needs real reform, equal partnership and the right to shape its future. The IDA is pushing for a bill of community rights and through consultation change to ensure Tobago is no longer left behind. In a show of support for students sitting the C exam this Thursday, April 10th, the People's National Movement has suspended all potentially disruptive campaign activities. The pause, effective from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. on exam day, includes a ban on music trucks from the evening of April 9th. The PNM emphasized its commitment to fostering a calm environment for students and wish them success in their exams. The Ministry of Works and Transport officially launched 3 digital services today aimed at modernizing operations at the licensing division. The new services, in partnership with iGovernment TT, TTIFC and TT Post, include online driver's permit renewal, online certified copies and certified copies via the kiosk. The launch, attended by key government ministers and digital transformation leaders, marks a major step towards efficient, tech-driven public service delivery. The weather report is up next.
Get ready, Stephen Marley is on his way.
From jungle to Rima, me. Tifa little matches, you.
The Rhythm and Soul Festival introduces the son of the legend, the one and only Stephen Marley. Experience the Marley Dynasty live at the Dwight York Stadium at Fusion, Easter Sunday, April 20th. The Kings reunite on one stage. Stephen Marley.
Yeah, baby, don't worry, here we go.
Graham Smogan.
Have I told you? Have I shown you?
Wayne Wonder.
Got somebody, she is a beauty.
Cast the Band. And many more.
This song she knows.
Tickets are going fast. Follow Tobago Festivals on Facebook and Instagram. Or call 639-4441 for more info. Fusion, April 20th at Parade Grounds, Dwight York Stadium. The Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm. You've heard a voice on the radio, seen her in your worship, and have sung her songs during your time of praise. Sinesh.
Everybody now, let's go!
Sinesh comes to Tobago for Melodies from Heaven on April 17th. The Shore Park Complex alights with praise and worship from 6 p.m. for Melodies from Heaven featuring Sinesh.
I shall not want. The Lord has provided.
Samuel Madas.
You'll be the only one who's excited to call your name.
Positive.
Me never could have changed my mind.
Blessed Messenger.
Give blood of Jesus over your family.
Renee Fortune and many more.
From my head to my feet.
Get your physical tickets now. Tickets are also available online at islandetickets.com. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info or call 639-4441. April 17th at Shore Park Complex. Melodies from Heaven. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight will be predominantly cloudy with periods of light rain and showers in varying locations. There is a chance of heavy showers in some areas. Tonight temperature drops to 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow you can expect a partly cloudy to cloudy and hazy morning with periods of light to moderate showers in some areas. Afternoon into night will be mostly settled but cloudy and dull despite one or two brisk showers. Daytime temperatures are set to reach 30 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 32 degrees Celsius. Seas are expected to be moderate to rough with waves 2 meters to 2.5 meter in open waters and 1.5 meter to 2 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:54 and sunset at 6:14. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. Political scientist says it's too early to predict general election outcome. The business sector and the PDP optimistic about Sandals. The TPP wants more to be done for national security. And PNM halts campaign noise in support of C students. I am Bianna Brebner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.